Game number 1 between Hungary and the Czech Republic, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, that is going to be Dragonshire. And I don't know who I see as the favorite in that series. I honestly don't. It's going to be an interesting match between the two of them. Medivh insta-ban. Okay, fair enough. So Medivh already taken out. No shenanigans on Dragonshire. Again, global heroes, of course, playing another big role on this map, so that's something to be considered too. Especially when it comes to the Haka, for example. You can ban him out. And we talked a lot about how Urel on the top lane also is incredibly powerful because of her mobility between lane and shrine. But then again, we had a massive focus on Khaldor. Okay, they definitely know something that we don't, so that has to be a target ban against one of the Hungarian players. There is no other reason why you would ban out Khaldor. Okay, so that is definitely a targeted ban against a particular player. Alarak gets banned too. Like, we have a very, very, very weird ban pattern considering what we normally see. There's not a single tank that has been banned out yet. We still have Maiev on the board. They let Diablo and Garrosh through so far. Genji is still up there, who you sometimes see banned. Turanda also not recognized. I guess one of them is going to be addressed now on the 4th ban. If they've banned Gazla now, then I'm getting trolled here. Okay, okay. That restores my faith in humanity a little bit. Maiev taken apart. And there's a Diablo first pick. Okay, so are we going to see a Turanda? Are we going to play this with a little bit meta, like actual meta picks coming in? At least I hope so. But yeah, Diablo taken, so we could still see Garrosh. We could see a Nubarak Malfurion, a Nubarak Turanda. We could see a Garrosh variation with that. That's the normal openings that you see these days. Then again, the bans weren't too normal. So okay, there's Turanda and Garrosh. Okay, Turanda, Garrosh setup, not going into the Nubarak variation. That leaves for the opponent's team still Malfurion if they want to take him, but of course with Diablo you have a couple more options of what you could go for. But with a double pick here, you kind of want to have a follow-up on Diablo. You can already deal with your top lane now, especially if you want to play the Haka, then it would be a good idea to take him early. But of course after the double pick here we're going to have bans coming in. Li Ming, okay. So going for resets. Are they going to go to... No, they're not going to go for Genji as well to make it a double reset composition. Instead we have Ana for the nano boost. And they could pick Ana because the Czech Republic didn't ban Ana. Which is, as we all know, always like a really good thing. Like, yeah. Like, banana is amazing. Is an amazing strategy every now and then. I know it was bad, but I couldn't resist. Genji banned out, so that even later there's no chance of a double reset composition with Li Ming and Genji Swift Strike. And Zeratul eliminated to keep Ana a bit safer in that backline. With that being said, top lane, mostly interesting to me right now. Could see also, by the way, for example, Jimmy taken against Diablo. It's not really a bad pick because you can control the Shadow Charge if you play your cards right. And there we have the Haka. Okay, and Hanzo as well, a little bit more camp control on all of it. Gets the damage also in. Also you have the Arrow, of course, as a great follow-up or initiation. Good picks here from the Czech Republic. They still need to get another damage dealer in. Could play it with Jaina, you could play... I mean, there's plenty that they can still put in there, but something with a little bit of a bang for sure. But definitely the Haka play already pretty solid. So with that being said, what they could now try and do is... Ooh! Mephisto! Okay, fair enough. Mephisto, Malthael. All of a sudden I'm not so sure anymore who gets the nano boost. There's a couple of targets now that he could go for. Mephisto isn't too bad with a nano boost either, especially if we want to go into his ult combo. That's something that they could pull off here too. Last pick for the Czech Republic. Before we head into our first map. Carrigan. Okay. Alright. Not what I expected heading into this match. Not at all. But I'm game. I'm game, so I guess let's go. Carrigan as the last pick here. Heavy engage from the Czech Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Dragonshire. Game number 1. That is going to be an interesting game. to say the least. That's going to be a very interesting game. Banana. Do do do. Are they gonna go nano boosted Mephisto? Are they actually gonna do that? I mean, the ult stacking them can be kind of fun. We've seen that in ARAMs. I mean, it has to work here too, right? We normally would still go, okay, go Li Ming, but yeah. The game is on, and we have Hungary against the Czech Republic on Dragonshire with Tylonidis on Anna, Widra on Malthael, Perund on Li Ming, Daihathi on Diablo, and Adam Markel on Mephisto. Okay, level 1 with the piercing darts, liking it. To the right side of the map though, the Czech Republic with Dragon on Garrosh, Kenny on Tyrande, we have Sacreda on Dehaka, Deathra on Hanzo, and Reset playing Kerrigan now. Alright, I'm game for this one. Group stage still matters to both of these teams, by the way, so they're gonna try and win this, quite obviously. So at this point, you want to make sure that you're going to take a little bit of a lead here if you can. I mean, currently in the group, the two of them are both down with 0 wins, but there's still a chance for them to take second place if they play their cards right. So the group isn't decided yet. It is a group where Germany with 2 wins is looking pretty good right now, all the way up at the top, but outside of that, it's still... you can still make second, so it's not quite, all hope is not lost yet. There's still a couple of chances for the 2 teams here, but obviously it's not going to be easy, but you can only start by winning this one. So let's see who's going to pulling that off, and if they have a bit of a chance of making that comeback. We have currently just a little bit of a rotation happening between the 4-man. Actually, Garrosh is still in the middle. He's going to try and look for some kills here. Looking for kills, Mephisto is already putting the pressure onto the back line here, with Deathra being rather low. Reset has also lost a lot of HP. I mean, they have a very heavy engage potential. It's a weird one, though. I mean, you have Kerrigan and then you have Garrosh. Those are not really 2 heroes where I look at them and say, like, oh yeah, that's perfect synergy right there. So, I guess it can work out. I mean, you can throw Kerrigan forward. You can really try to just make sure that nobody escapes. But it's not like you're getting a setup for a stun and then Kerrigan follows up with a combo. That's going to be a bit weird. Yes, if you throw a target back in, that can still work, but normally you want to engage with Kerrigan and go in with her. So it's a little bit odd to me. I mean, I'm really curious to see how they're going to make those 2 play. Because right now, I feel, yes, you can make it happen, but it doesn't quite come to me on a theoretical basis as a natural thing that I would be thinking about. We already have a quick pause here by the referee, actually. And up to the top, the drag happening as well, as we're having Sacreda going up against Malthael. Down in the middle, okay, we still have Perry. I mean, he's going to try and sneak the Dragon out. He shouldn't be able to make it work, but the pressure is still there. The problem that we're still having for the blue team, or for the red team, sorry, is that Kreda is first of all already in a bad spot against Malthael. He's very unlikely to win this and reclaim the top. And when you look at the bottom shrine, you have now a very solid 3-man that is doing a great work in this particular lane. So this is a ton of pressure against the Czech Republic, and I think it's really going to be difficult for them to gain that back. Well, if they kill this guy, then that would be a different story, but Dihati barely moves out. They still lose bot lane, at least for the time being. Not quite sure how long that's gonna last, though. With Garrosh being stuck middle, it's just such a weird setup that they're having right now. Yeah, Sleep Dart against Kerrigan. Alright, they're moving in again. The stun against Diablo, and Diablo might fall. Dehaka comes in, and he wants the drag, and he doesn't get it. And that means he just abandoned top lane for nothing. So Widra is going to push that wave through, and that's an entire wave of experience completely lost, and Malthael is even moving in to just delay whoever moves topside. That is really, really bad. Uh-oh, Dehaka is going to die here, isn't he? Oh, misses the orb. That's unfortunate for Liming. That's an interesting combo from Karrigan. A little bit of a misclick, I would say. Probably, or the cooldown wasn't ready yet, one of the two. But yeah, with the pause coming in immediately from Reset, our Karrigan player, I think there was a little bit of a hotkey problem from his side. Or something else that he's going to try and fix, because that was a very weird combo against Liming. Not saying that she would have died if he's able to land the combo, because it looked very much as if Liming would have dodged it either way. But that was definitely not quite working as intended for her. So okay, some early game adjustments, fair enough, like I'm game. But we still have, currently I would say, Hungary in a bit of a better position here. Czech Republic is having some trouble getting this aggressive composition. Yeah, making it work. And I mean, you want to get kills with this, right? It's an insane amount of CC. I'm just the entire time looking at that Karrigan and asking myself if they couldn't have just simply replaced her. Like, even putting Thrall into that mix, for example, would have given you some CC, it would have given you a little bit more poke. Might have been the better setup here, because Karrigan, I feel, is gonna fall off pretty heavily if they don't get any early momentum, and so far it's not really looking like it. So it's a little bit tough. Top lane still continuously in the hands of Malthael, and he is engaging again against Dehaka, and Dehaka just can't take that shrine. You see it on the minimap every time he moves in. There's the stun again, stun follow up on Karrigan, but Garrosh is still trapped in the mid lane. So it's so weird to see Garrosh just now in the mid lane continuously because of the way they're running the setup. So Garrosh at no point can really be a danger to the opponent's team by getting a good flip through. We're having now a Furious Spark taken, so it's massive Lightning Nova damage here from Adamakel. As you can see, the Static Barrier is coming in on level 4, going for the build here, and the Ghastly Armor too. So it's a little more sustainable, a very heavy focus on the Lightning Nova, and he uses that for pretty sick damage, and he gets that damage in. Reset with a combo here again, but they can't really break through the Diablo. Even with the Hunter's Mark and everything else that they're adding right now, they have a huge amount of trouble. Adamakel, on the other hand, might be in a bit of a bad spot, and again, Karrigan with a bit of a missed combo here. They might still get the kill. Oh, barely not. And by the way, Hanzo and Tyrande are both incredibly low, so that could have been 3 kills here. Diablo, Tyrande, and Hanzo nearly fell. When here comes another push, they're trying to go for Karrigan, but there's like a lot of misses happening right now with the abilities. But the bot lane is still firmly in the hands of the blue team. And up to the top side, very likely that Widra is going to reclaim this one too. And with Garrosh being stuck here in the middle, there's just no chance for throwing someone into the back line, trying to get a kill there. Now another attempt by the blue team to make a play. They already have the Siege Giants, and they're going to try and move into the middle to get the quick Dragon Knight here. But again, the attack down here, Lightning Nova once more, and Deathra is insanely low. He's incredibly low. That Lightning Nova is really putting the damage onto the board. I mean, just look at that damage output that we're seeing from him. 20,000 already on Mephisto. Only Hanzo has more at this point with a 24k. Again, no proper combo. Reset has problems to set this up properly. He really has problems to execute his combo. At least it seems like it. I can't believe that this is intentional what he's doing right now. Not quite sure if we're talking about a hotkey problem. But yeah, the combo doesn't properly hit. They still have Tyrande, and well, Hanzo is again in trouble, but is still able to move away using his trade. Jumps out. And up to the top, Dehaka still trying to win this one. On the other hand, Malthael is a little bit low, so he won't be able to take it just yet. But there's just pressure the entire time, and Reset comes in the middle again. Goes for a quick flip here. Dragon and Reset now guarding this, which means that the bot lane is obviously exposed. Level 10 abilities are in now too. And we actually see Durance of Hate taken. So that could definitely be the hit here with Ana. Arrow comes through, and they go with a taunt for the kill against Ana. She is down. Didn't get anything through. Used the ult on the other hand. Adamakel with a damage output. But again, Reset trying to set the combo up. Only pulls her in even more. But the kill is still in the hands of the Czech Republic. They get the first blood in the game. Up to the top lane, by the way. Oh, isolation. Is he able to land the last rights there? No, wouldn't have killed him either. Fountain doesn't seem to be ready. And he moves back in. But there comes Karrigan. And also... like again, no proper combo. Paramount dodges the first one, and Reset and Dragon are moving away. after they fail to get the kill against Liming. I mean, Liming obviously also giving vision to Widra and saying like, hey, listen, buddy, someone could rotate towards you, but that's not happening yet. We have Diablo going in with a lightning breath, roasting and toasting. Stun doesn't do anything against him in this case, and they are starting to wreck people heavily. Here comes the ult, and down they go. Triple kill as Tyrande, Carrigan, and Garrosh all fall. All three of them down. 3 kills against 1. Malthael still at the top lane, pushing this out very, very easily. And Hungary just really looking at a very solid position in the game. Yes, they lost Ana earlier. That was a good kill that we had from the Czech Republic. But as I said before, generally speaking, it just seems like the team in blue is doing a bit better. Gets punted away, not getting the kill against Tyrande. It's a little bit of a fiesta at times. And I'm still questioning that pick on... that Carrigan pick, who by the way went into the Ultralisk on level 10. Didn't go into the Maelstrom here. Again, Aramakel with the Lightning Nova, getting as much damage out as he can. By now, how much did he actually accumulate? He's sitting at 30,000 against the 42 from Hanzo. Carrigan now at the bot lane, and that fort in the middle is gonna fall. Bam, there we go. Again, Lightning Nova damage. In comes the Dragon Knight. Even Woodrun is Malthael, rotated down to help out if need be. Don't have to do that just yet. And here come the level 13 talents. Inevitable end. Reset was just testing the combo, didn't he? There was nothing down here. He just tested the Carrigan combo. I'm not crazy, right? I honestly believe something has to be wrong with this Malthael, by the way, has to be wrong here with his keyboard, or some problem. They're trying to go for the kill. Reset barely gets out of there, but Perron does not, and there's the engage from the Haka in the backline. Malthael is just now rotating down, and he could get an easy last right kill here. If they could go for it, they might be able to get the last rights. Yeah, if he throws it out, they are gonna get the kill. And he uses it finally, a bit late to be honest. I wouldn't have used it on the Haka either. But straight, good move by the Haka, dodging it with a burrow, so doesn't get anything out of there. But yeah, I honestly a bit at a loss for words by some of the things that are happening here in the game. But at the end of the day, we are still currently seeing Hungary win the lead, have the level advantage, kill advantage. They have the structural advantage on the map too. The Czech Republic has a lot of CCs, and if they ever land a combo with Carrigan and maybe with an initiation from Hanzo and his arrow, I'm pretty sure they can get the kills. But Hanzo has to deliver most of it, and they need to make that work somehow if they want to come back into it. I mean, there's squishy targets on the other side, but it's a very interesting setup that we have here. So, let's see. I just want to see Carrigan land one combo. I really want to just know, was that a keyboard issue? Was that what exactly happened there? And they're going down again. Alright, trying to take down the Siege Giants. I mean, first of all, that of course works. Still the Skull Missile here, just being sent across the entire time. How many stacks does Anna have, by the way? I didn't even check that earlier. She's currently sitting at 9 stacks. So one more and she at least gets the first quest reward. It's gonna help. Top side, we still have the Haka against Malthael, and he has the last right, but of course he has to be careful around the burrow. But we also have a camp pushing, and that helps him out, but Reset is coming in on the Carrigan. Okay, Drag about to connect, and that should be a kill. Easy kill. Why worry about the combo when you can kill them without it? Carrigan kill, and that is the end of Malthael, and that's the end of the top lane too, at least for the time being. So someone has to go over and take the experience, but they're busy bot lane to try and take the camp here. And to be fair, that could actually help them pretty significantly to maybe even take down the fort. But there's the taunt against Diablo, and look at that, all of a sudden, with them having Garrosh in that mix, the kills are starting to happen. Yeah. Getting your tank that has the displacement, a lot of initiation. Oh, the combo! Carrigan with the combo. Alright, game's over. Game's over. Carrigan lands the combo. Someone told her how to execute it, or the keyboard problem was fixed. Probably the latter, but the first one is funnier. And all of a sudden, we're seeing kills coming in. Yep, Czech Republic is back to business. But what I actually wanted to say is, like, once that you have Garrosh in these rotations and he's able to, first of all, flip someone in, stun them out, and then taunt them, all of a sudden we're looking at a very different game. I'm liking it a lot more than having him stuck in a solo lane where he just can't do anything. But the Czech Republic has just taken a massive step forward. So Krader with a drag on the minion, that minion was mean to him earlier, I heard it too, told him that he's not a real dinosaur, you can't do that. felt bad about it, so yeah, drag that minion. Take it down. Ignore the Malthael. Misses that a little bit. But yeah, trying to get the kills in. Carrigan, toasty. And there, I guess the combo is slightly delayed. Still works out, but Carrigan falls regardless. Oh, the Queen of Blades. How the mighty have fallen. 5 kills against 6. Dragon Knight in the middle gets another fort. So both of the teams have now lost the mid lane fort. On the other hand, Indomitable being used. Trying to move away. Reset with a pause in the game. So our Carrigan might still have some trouble here. I mean, when we're looking at those builds a little bit, in the meantime, we have by now Mirror Ball taken as a level 16 talent. Diablo went also into a full Hellfire build. Or like Firestorm build, so with a Hellfire on 13, Debilitating Flames now. Which is actually like pretty decent here. I mean, the damage reduction first of all. But also now the painful spikes. I mean, the Carrigan build in general, Fury of Swan 1, Kinetic Fulmination taken as a level 4 talent. Blade of Momentum is always nice when you can get that extra cooldown reduction, especially with the Ultralisks here. Not necessarily for the cooldown reduction, but like if you get the additional stun from the Ultralisk in too, which I still haven't seen, by the way. I mean, it was used, but I haven't really paid attention to it, I guess. I guess I missed it. And then the Volatile Power taken for the extra shield, straight into the painful spikes. Outside of that, I mean, you look over to, for example, our bad boy Mephisto. Static field now. Actually, how much damage does he have? 11 stacks, so first completed. No stacks on the last rights. Damage 42,000 against the 59. And down to the bottom of the map, or in the middle. Still the question, is Dragon going to get away? There's 2 rotating in. Malthael is at the top. To be honest, with Malthael riding into battle here, this should pretty much be, or could be a kill. I have to point out one thing that I actually did not check yet earlier. We have on level 7 Khaldor resistance taken, so that means we actually see the spell armor, which is pretty solid against a lot of what Hungary throws into the battle here, with Mephisto, with Liming, also with Malthael to an extent, of course, around the abilities. But that's a pretty solid talent to take. And that might save a lot of heroes whenever they are getting targeted by a last rites or any kind of combo, because you can just like throw that out, get the extra heal in, get the spell armor too, and maybe save the target by those means. So definitely a hugely important one for them. Also 13 stacks by now for Tyrande, which isn't like too bad either. Doing fairly well around that talent, getting those in. But yeah, at this point, the main question is just simply, how is the Czech Republic going to play this? I'm still advocating for the next game to not pick Carrigan, but instead maybe go for a Thrall as a setup here, or any kind of other bruiser. I'm thinking if they could maybe even have played a Sonya here. Not quite, but Thrall would probably been a good choice for them. But either way, they get the stuns and now in a couple of kills. But when it comes to the map control, it's still currently very much... it's actually pretty even, right? I don't know what's happening right now. I guess we're not gonna have that game set up. Dragon survive, yes, no. I mean, again, there's a question. If they execute it well, he dies. But then again, we've seen interesting situations happen here too. So there we have another attack coming in as well. Because now we have Kenny and Deathra coming in as well, like both of them, so that can be a little bit of a heal if you get the Khaldor resistance on top of it. Liming, I mean, that damage, you just eat it. But you can still prevent quite a bit from that. So, yeah. I have no idea what they're doing right now. But yeah, no clue. This is just a really weird game. Like, I have chat off during the game. I don't know if they actually communicated with the admins at any point, if there's like keyboard issues. But I really hope that Carrigan has keyboard issues. Because if she doesn't, then I understand that Carrigan pick even less. I mean, we've seen one combo that was even attempted. Not that it didn't hit it. One combo that was attempted. And once they started land combos, all of a sudden had kills. Okay. Actually, let me put that in. Okay, so admin just tells them that they have 5 minutes remaining, and if they have an ETA on what's going on there. He's the deadest. I'm not sure he dies. Let's take another look at it while we're there. I put the webcam on here. Wait a second. So, I'm honestly not sure he dies. So let's look at this. Let's get the chat out of the way. So Li Ming has still her ult. So if she gets close, she can just simply use the wave of force, push him back in, and then they kill him. Yes. But now Diablo pushes him a bit away, tries to go for the flip. The problem that I have, it's still Garrosh, so the armor is going to stack up, and we have these two coming in. And we have still the arrow from Hanzo, so he can actually throw the arrow up and stun them out. So if played well, it's going to be a kill. But we have seen some Fiesta things here, so I don't really know. Hanzo arrow for the stun, Tyrande for the heals, getting a stun through too. I mean, while we're waiting, guys, yay or nay in chat. Vote yay, vote nay. Is Garrosh going to die? Is Garrosh going to survive? What's going to be the play here? Is he going to make it? Is Li Ming going to use the wave of force to push him in? Is at some point Malthael going to be in range for a good last rites? Will Tyrande get the heal and the stun through to stop them? Is Hanzo going to sacrifice his arrow? Dehaka could burrow in and hit an isolation. It's the big question of the day. Vote yay, vote nay in chat. Dragon, dead or alive? Asking the real questions here. Asking the real questions. Kerrigan cannot use her W. He's trying to restart. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you very much. I'm not quite sure why I didn't try to do that first. Okay, they're actually ready. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Kerrigan couldn't use her W the entire time. And he survives. Whew. Und wer hat's erfunden? Der Khaldor. Easy. Easy survive. Hanzo arrow and zip. Nothing. Li Ming didn't even use the wave of force. Easy survive. He is not dead. It wasn't even close. He wasn't even close to dying. Ah. Who called it? Can you remind me? It was that bald guy, right? Oh my god, he's so amazing. Yeah, weird game. So now Kerrigan can maybe use her W finally. But I am happy to hear that it was actually a problem on a technical side. And that it was not a Kerrigan pick with someone that didn't know how to use a Kerrigan combo. That made no sense whatsoever. I mean, you just don't YOLO Kerrigan here. And again, all the players here are Masters or Grandmasters, so that would have been like a shock. So, yeah. I like to hear at least that, so that was good. Top lane. It's still a weird game at this point. I mean, seriously, it's a little bit weird. I mean, we've been playing 14 minutes with Kerrigan not being able to use anything. Did he just throw out his? Oh, yeah, he just threw out isolation and missed it. Okay. Lost the isolation. Didn't hit that. Down to the bottom of the map now. Still 140 in. Are they going to get the Kerrigan combo? I'm going to keep my eyes on him. Alright, we're going to follow Kerrigan now. I have a locked in. Let's get the zoom. I'm sorry they were memeing a little bit, but that was a very memey game. And I'm just memeing back at this point. Come on, Kerrigan. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You want it. You know you want it. Jump in. Hit that stun. Hit it. Hit it. It's a trap. It's a trap. Okay, we're going to zoom out for a second. Why are you a resident sleeper AFK? Jump in, take him. Kerrigan, we need more action. I'm not gonna move away from Kerrigan until I've seen a combo. If the rest of the map falls, the core can fall, I will still be on her. That's how it's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna happen here. I wanna see the combo. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on, girl. He's shy. He's shy. A combo against a hero, by the way. Reset is a little bit shy right now. There's a lot of tension that built up over the entire 14 minutes where he wasn't able to use his W. So we need to see if we need to judge that for ourselves. Everything is fixed right now, or we still have problems here. So yeah, he's a little bit shy there. There's Cam's taken on the back, by the way. Yes, I see the mini map too. Down to the bottom of the map, we have the blue team doing stuff, and up to the top. There is still Dehaka fighting with Malthael, but the important part is, will Reset hit the combo now? There's a lot of pressure, I understand that too. It's not an easy end. Oh, there's Garrosh sniffing out the camp that is taken in the bot lane. Garrosh in a little bit of trouble. Not attacked yet. Carrigan. Still not attacking yet. Come on, buddy. I think it's one of these things. Carrigan is currently reading a self-help book. Sorry, not health. Trying to get the confidence. Has been a tough life so far. There she is. She's getting excited. She's trying to set it up. Where's the follow-up? The jump! Oh! That's unfortunate. Alright. Not able to hit it. The W is still broken. Someone needs a new keyboard. Oh, the last rights! And doesn't kill her because of the shield. And she gets the kill. Reset, baby, with a kill. There's the double as Malthael falls too. And the arrow from Hanzo. A little bit short distance, but they should still be able to get Diablo. Go in and boom! They get the triple, baby. Ana falls. Make it a quad kill. That is... yeah, they are getting nuts. And we know who also goes nuts? That is Mephisto. Carrigan again. Yeah, someone needs a new keyboard, definitely. Someone's W is broken. At this point, I would actually just suggest use a different hotkey. Did we have chat on this, by the way, in any way? No. I would just suggest use a different hotkey. If it's really the key, then, like, I don't know. 20 versus 21, Dragonite in the hands of the red team. The Czech Republic with 10 kills against 5. Was a bit of a letdown, to be honest. I was so ready for a magnificent Carrigan combo, we didn't get it. Level 10 now, really doing work. Mimic is getting really good damage out. I mean, look at that Mephisto. 59,000 damage. Malthael has a stun. Alright. Come on. 86 on Hanzo. Hanzo carry. Carrigan. It's getting exciting again, guys. It's getting exciting again. Ding, ding, ding. I would just use a different hotkey. Seriously. Oh! Don't kick him away. Mephisto alive. Malthael down. Leeming dead. And the Ultralisks. The Ultralisk is going in. And everybody else dies. Mephisto down. Diablo dead. And that is bad news for Hungary. They look good at the beginning of the game. But once we had Garrosh actually taking part in the game and not just sleeping on duty in the mid lane trying to prevent the Dragonite from being taken, once he was part of the actual rotation, that's also how you can execute a combo. I mean, he hit both. He actually hit both. He hit the stun. That's how he can combo as well. So it's another 5-man wipe, and they go straight in. But yeah, once you actually include Dragon in the rotations, they get some value out of this. GG. That was a bit of a fiesta, right? It's not only me. I'm not imagining that. Like, I hope that I didn't do this series any injustice, but I kinda have like, that was a little bit of a fiesta game. And I think Carrigan needs to change her hotkeys now. Because that W did... I mean... the hotkey is pretty much on delay. It works, but it's delayed. That's kinda what it looked like. Tag me when Dihathi feeds. I mean, he has 4 deaths. He has the same deaths as Anna. I wouldn't quite call it feeding. Cold coffee. Banana time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Overlay. Czech Republic is in the lead. Jip. Okay, this. Oh, there we go. I am really curious to see what we're gonna have in game number 2 now. I'm not gonna lie. Is that going to be now a super awesome game, or is that going to be another weirdo draft? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't quite a 4 versus... Dude, Carrigan has the most kills. I mean, look at it, guys. I'm going to show you. Look at this. Carrigan has 7 kills, okay? So it wasn't a 4 versus 5 loss. Carrigan delivered. She didn't stun anyone, but she delivered. Since few patches you need to press R in range or it will not trigger. Yeah, but dude, like, he jumped in and missed most of the combos. That was not max range attempts. It was like sitting next to the target. That can't be properly right. I mean, something is definitely not quite right there. I mean, the stuns come through, they're just way too late. Lobby? It's a little bit like, yeah, so weird. I just felt bad, like we followed her around and then that combo doesn't hit. How did Tyrande out heal Ana? Q, 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 Q. Li Ming damage? Oh yeah, Li Ming has 27,000 damage. Alright, here. Yeah, Li Ming's damage is a little bit unfortunate, I'd say. If you has less damage as a Li Ming than your Diablo player, something is usually not quite right. Yeah, Li Ming had a bit of a tough game there, I feel. It was a weird game overall. Like, I don't know. It was a strange one. Dratoni, by the way, thanks for the bits. I'm just now seeing that on the board, sorry. Oh. Okay. Anyways. Game not up yet. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer than I expected for them to restart that. Let me actually set this up in the meantime, if that takes a second, and we can do this. 1, 2, I'll deal with the rest later. Okay, so... ARAM time? No, we're not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. What do we have tomorrow, by the way, in terms of games? Let me actually look at tomorrow's round. Hungary versus Germany. Denmark versus the Czech Republic. So if the Czech Republic wins here and then takes down Denmark, that would be them moving into second place. And Belgium versus Sweden. That could be fun. And UK versus Netherlands. I'm looking forward to casting UK again. But yeah, so this is actually going to be the interesting one. If we are having the Czech Republic win right now, and then they win against if they win against Denmark tomorrow, they would move into second place in the group. So yeah. Where's the observer face? The observer interface. Where's the poll right now? Did it change again? HCC style has 52% now. It's actually interesting. I was about to think about switching back to the Ali UI. Because the one thing that I really don't like about the HCC thing is that you don't have the stacks on the talents. That's annoying. That's a huge advantage of having the Ali UI, that you can have the stack, like the stacks are always visible. You don't have to always like show them specifically. You can always just like immediately read them off. So I like that a lot. That's probably the biggest advantage of that UI in my opinion, that you can see the stacks and you don't have to go over that. But yeah, right now 52% prefer the HCC style talents on top overlay over the early UI. That shifted quickly. We don't have a lobby, by the way. It's like, where's my Discord? Did something happen? Did someone forfeit because they have problems? Or what's going on here? They were pausing much, there's now reset on chat talking about this game is broken. I guess they're still picking the map. Halsey, your jokes are getting worse. Did you hear about the explosion at the cheese factory? There was nothing left but debris. What a horrible joke. But you don't see stacks like Butcher Blood? You mean base stacks? No, you do. You do. Well, on which UI? Ali UI, you see base stacks. Like the base quests, the baseline quests, you see those. I think many people voted without knowing the pros and cons of each UI, and it's just reflex at the HCC pick. That's actually something that I'm a little bit worried about. I'm thinking about doing another poll at some point and actually doing what people said and like going through 2 replays and just show, listen, this is UI 1, this is UI B. I'm thinking about doing that maybe right after this and just see how many people vote and then take that. If like enough vote and the result is massively different, we might, but yeah. Okay, so apparently the players haven't really replied to the admin yet. I don't get the brie joke. Come on. The joke was bad, but it was pretty obvious. Debris. The cheese factory, brie. There's my lobby invite. Towers of Doom. Can we see the difference somewhere? Yeah, well, I mean, again, I had both UIs and showed both of them on a screenshot. I'll do it after the game. I'll show you it, and then we see if it's massively different. Call it old and new? No, because that's not true. They are both pretty much same age. They've been around for ages. Why is it that colorblind mode is never used in the observatories? No clue. Referendum. That's unheard of. Yeah. I'm probably gonna just check it out afterwards and show you both UIs, and then we'll see that. Debris is a new word for me. Oh, okay, yeah. Debris in English. It's like the rubble that's left. The remains. Okay, so we're missing one player. But Towers is the second map. It's just like standard UI and Ali UI. If we would use other words, those would be the ones. The standard UI and the Ali UI. I mean, it's literally what it's called. Alright, last player is in as well. Alright, let's get the show on the road. How come you never show teams' visions during cast? Well, to be absolutely honest with you, you can do a little bit yourself. I mean, team vision is kinda obvious if you pay a bit of attention to the minimap. Also, you would have to jump into player vision, and then getting out of that is, from a hotkey perspective, also very annoying. Have to what? All right, one team is ready. Hungary is ready. I don't know about the Czech team. Well, we don't want the puck carry. I mean, the game's over. You won with the carry again, so just pick another hero. I don't know if it's been asked recently. Thoughts on Imperius? Don't give a shit until the hero appears in competitive matches. HEC isn't there, but yeah, once that it appears in like Division 1, Nexus contest and stuff like that, then I'm interested. Before that, I don't care about new heroes. Okay, both are ready. I guess we're going. What are we waiting for? They both said they're ready. No? Am I crazy? Hungary said they're ready. They said they're ready as well. Let's get the show on the road. Oh, is there still a game going? The first one asks, what for? Oh, they're talking to the admin now? What's the problem? Like, whatever the problem with that Carrigan's thing is, just don't fucking pick the hero and you're good. Just, you won the game anyways, even though the W was broken for whatever reason. Just don't pick the hero in game number 2 and let's go. You won the game. It's not like they lost. Let me see if I get some update on what the discussion is about, because currently I have no info on that. All I see everywhere is just like that Carrigan stuff. But again, they won. There has to be something else going on too. There's no way this is the topic of the discussion. There's no way. There has to be something else. 1 for blue team, E for everyone. Like, again, I'm not doing it. If you don't like it, that's fine. But seriously, if you can't figure out the vision that a team has on the minimap by yourself, then I don't know how to help you. Like, I think in Heroes, the vision tool to show vision of teams is insanely overrated. In an RTS, it's a completely different story, because there you can see if someone, for example, saw a certain tech or something in StarCraft, Warcraft. But in Heroes, it doesn't really matter that much, because obviously vision for the players matters, but you see the vision. And you can't really go back to a moment and see, for example, hey, did he see him just as he entered the move, because the moment has already passed. In through a fog of war play in an RTS, you can still talk about that, because you can then jump into the vision of the player, and then the vision will show you if he had the vision of a structure or something like this. But in Heroes, it doesn't matter that much. If you can't figure out by just looking at the screen who's at that moment in vision, then that doesn't help you either. So I think it's, in theory, it sounds like an amazing feature, but I think in Heroes, from an observer's perspective, observing a game, it's insanely overrated, and people think it provides a value that it actually doesn't provide. So one of the reasons why I'm not using it. I'm okay with people disagreeing with that, but again, the minimap shows you pretty much everything you need to know, and the normal vision circles that you have from just watching the map. I mean, you can see, for example, if a player shows on map, or if people are just on, if let's say like 2 or 3 players are on a camp, obviously the opponent doesn't have vision of that, unless they're sending an owl across or something else. But there are no wards in this game that you can use, that you can have there, that are not visible. So in a different game that might make a difference, but in Heroes, in my personal opinion, it doesn't. So one of the reasons why I'm not gonna even bother with all of that stuff. Compared again to RTS games where it's a very different story, where vision makes a lot more sense for that stuff. Alright, so we have Towers of Doom, we made Medivh and Zeratul banned out, and we have also Abathar and Maiev taken away. Again, no tanks banned out, none. Dehaka as the first pick, so going straight in for the global, but that leaves Tyrande open again. In combo with Diablo, Anubarak or Garrosh, and they go for Diablo this time. Alright. Mike Harrigan? Why did we end up with Mike Harrigan? I usually don't play Harrigan. There's the Kel'Thuzad. Totally they knew something we didn't. Kel'Thuzad, one trick confirmed apparently on the other side. Okay, let's see if that's going to be enough to win them the game here. I mean, again, they can still make it. Muradin. Stuns are coming through. Dun, dun, dun. That I mean, they have to ban Genji, right? Like, anything that can really jump onto Kel'Thuzad already scares the hell out of me. He is quite powerful in damage, but he is squishy as hell. Checking out vision is only really interesting when you analyze plays in hindsight, but during the match is useless. Yes, exactly. That's my point. Absolutely agree with that. For a replay analysis, when you can back and forth and stuff, yes, then it makes a lot more sense. But in a live commentary, it's pretty pointless in Heroes. Alright. I mean, they're a bit worried about Diablo banning out Tigers. Apparently they don't want him to be burned down by the bigger they are. It's fair. Kel'Thuzad is going to be the biggest threat, but there's the I mean, again, she got the kills, right? She got 7 kills, so wasn't too bad. Got 7 kills in. Kerrigan gets banned out. And I'm still waiting for something that can jump Kel'Thuzad here. Is that why KTC was first banned previous game? Yeah, pretty much. If you know that a player on the opponent's side is going hardcore on a certain hero, then of course that makes sense. But Kel'Thuzad is pretty squishy, so I'm very curious to see if we're going to have, let's say, after 10, if a Hanzo arrow hits Kel'Thuzad, he should be dead every time. So, yeah. If you get locked in at any point, he should just be insta-dead. With that setup against him, a bit more burst damage maybe, but yeah. They get Genji. Kel'Thuzad Genji. Stukov. It's a wild one. I don't know where the lulz are coming from. This is a problem when having like a 40-50 second delay. You don't know what happened. Oh, the Kerrigan ban. Okay. What? They just banned. They just picked Nova. Okay, they just picked Nova. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go and snipe. So Genji is perfect against Nova. Nova can take down Kel'Thuzad. This is a very, very weird series. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even going to upload that series to YouTube. That was too monka. Editing that last video and editing all the breaks out would be a disaster. It would take me twice as much time as anything else. Anyways, we have the game on, everybody. And to the left side of the map, we have Dihathi on Muradin for Hungary. We have Talonides on Stukov, Perund on Genji over Liming in the last game. Widra on Dehaka and Aramakel on Kel'Thuzad. KTZ. And to the right side, Dragon on Diablo, Kenny on Tyrande for the Czech Republic, so Kratos on Thrall, Deathra on Hanzo, and Reset, as his Kerrigan gets banned out, decides to play Nova. Nova, Nova, Nova. All right. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Let's see if this works out this time. Okay, so builds Stormbolt damage on level 1. Khaldor, by the way, with the barbed chains on level 1. Like, Nova against Genji is just so weird to see that, because the problem is if you're anywhere with Nova and Genji finds you, you're just dead. You're just simply dead. You won't be able to do anything against him, so you need a little bit of assistance there, but then again, their burst damage that she can offer can just wreck Khaldor. And they banned Khaldor in the previous series because they know that there's a player that really wants to play that. But yeah. Already getting the chains in on the illusion there. Alright. Let's get the party going. Top lane. Thrall with Echo of Elements against Dehaka down to the bottom of the map. Khaldor gonna obviously try and get his stacks together. But yeah, Kenny again on the Tyrande. There's Genji. This is actually a little bit scary for them. I mean, with Genji in too, you need to be careful. Of course, Hunter's Mark can also help you out and he goes into deep, and when you see, okay, he's here to stay. Nova is now trying to find some kills on the map. Hasn't actually seen him. Okay, the drag misses. I was just waiting. Alright. What have we have in the level 1? Okay, long shot. Goes into the wrong shot. And that kind of helps us stay a little bit farther back. I hope the W works this game. Talking about working, down here we have hard on work. Khaldor trying to get some stacks in. And it's a really slow early game considering what we're seeing here. Like, look at the damage. We basically have nothing. There's like no damage this game so far. Dehaka has the most, but yeah, like very little. Stukov has literally 0 damage at this point. Not even siege damage. Like, he hasn't attacked a thing. He has done nothing. He healed a little bit, but he didn't attack anything. Not even a minion. So it's a very, very slow start into the game here, to say the least. I mean, Nova has hit a little bit, and there we go. It's party time, and Khaldor is getting bodied. Down he goes. That's the problem if you picked that Khaldor that early. I mean, yeah, of course, they picked it because they knew it would get banned out on the 3rd ban if they didn't pick it that early. But now you can get counterplayed right away, and as we said before, the hit point pool on that mage is not really the best. So that being said, level 4 talent for Nova, holo static, so the cast range and duration is increased. Can use it as a little bit of a ranged ward if you want to. Top lane. Should be the exchange. Dehaka shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. And down here, Khaldor again. Diablo already with the zoning. Hanzo comes in. Is Dehaka gonna move in with the burrow? Ooh, Dragoon is a little bit low here. He's not the only one. Muradin is looking too hot either. Deathra barely jumping out. Stormbolts are still missing, but we still have that fight over the objective. Owl to the face, and where's my shot? Come on, Nova with the snipes. Starting to get it in. Echo of Elements completed. That's good poke. They're going for Muradin. Adamakel doesn't care. Gets interrupted though. Muradin is down. Nova is not getting chased. It's actually Tyrande. But Perund on his hero is pretty low here. And again, we're having a problem on the side of Stukov as he's also in trouble. The chain didn't quite work out, at least not with the follow-up damage. And now we have the second altar channel through by the Czech Republic. This is going to be, like, if they win this series, they can still make it into the 2nd spot. They would have to take down Denmark to claim that 2nd spot in tomorrow's games, but they still have a chance here, for sure. Thrall with the rotation again, but, I mean, you can already tell this is starting to get a little bit dicey, and we're only 4 minutes in for Hungary. They are behind in experience, they're behind in points on the core, and it is a bit tricky, because they also are talent down now, so they need to gain a little bit of momentum. And there's the engage onto Muradin. Would shock me if he falls here. But they get at least some free damage in. I mean, you can't really kill Muradin unless you have Tyrande there and you get the damage in quickly enough. This, on the other hand, is a very different story. And Khaldor gets attacked right away, and to be honest, he should die. But Genji jumps in, and instead we're seeing reset fall. Nova is dead, but Hanzo drops Genji. Kill for a kill, and the fight is on. Thrall is at the top lane as Dehaka is coming to help out. Good damage from Khaldor actually in the follow-up here with the silence. Diablo a little bit low. The drag connects. The problem is that the damage dealers don't really care about the kill and instead take the camp. So Alamakel, in this case at least, taking the camp. As we all know, mercenary camps are important. And Diablo gets away. Talking about mercenary camps, Thrall is also getting one and saying like, hey, you're getting mercenaries? I can take mercenaries too. I'm really good here. Has a couple more seconds left before he needs to rotate down, but of course the Haka is missing out on some experience at the top lane, and that gets reflected if you look at the level to the top. Boom. 7 against 8. Well, 8 versus 9 at the moment. Thrall on the way, and it's time to shine. Down here, again the attack against Deathra, still firing away. And they're going for Muradin again. Muradin gets flipped out of the stun. He dies regardless. And the fight on the shrine is still on. 4 kills against 1. And Khaldor, you need to be careful. Well, he's not the only one if the drag connects. I actually think he could have pushed him into the altar and flipped over. Cooldown mustn't have been ready. Like, no reason for him to not make that play unless he was still on cooldown. So another altar channeled. And they have nearly level 10. This game is not going well. Not at all. Stacks on Khaldor, 16, 7 for the Storm Bolt, 1 currently on the Precision Sniper for the time being. But yeah, nearly level 10 abilities, and of course this is going to give a massive lead for the Czech Republic once again. I mean, they're already in a great spot, so now with heroic abilities they can maybe pressure some of the walls, take them down, or make a play and engage onto a hero. Spike, not quite in range for Diablo to move in. Precision Strike, by the way. Lightning Breath as well. Kind of would have... I'm wondering if I would have liked Apocalypse. Hanzo Arrow into Apocalypse Precision Strike sounds like a really dirty setup. But we have... the Lightning Fury. Lightning Breath taken instead. So, but yeah, like again... especially at the beginning when Hanzo came out, we had a lot of these arrows into Apocalypse, and I really liked that as a play quite a bit, so I would have loved if some teams would bring that back, and if you already have something like Precision Strike, I really think that extra damage that you can put on it, it would be fantastic. So you have a one-more combo to execute, and let's be honest here, if you either hit Stukov or you hit something like Khaldor, that's basically a secured kill right there. Blue team has their own heroic abilities now though. Dragon Blade on Genji. Ooh, Khaldor already with a kill down here. Look at that. Follow up on the stun, into the silence, into the kill. And Hanzo is down. Alamakel immediately showing them who's boss. And it is Khaldor, the guy in the dress. It's like, ooh, I'm a ghost. Ooh, wee. But yeah, it's a little bit of a weird one. I don't know. To me, that guy just like looks weird. They give this up. Interesting. Okay. So they were trying to get the kill at the top, I assume. I'm not quite sure why you would give it up. You have interrupts. And Hanzo was basically on his way back. So a little bit of a weird like giving the altar. I'm not quite sure. They must have just thought they can't fight here because he's not back yet. But yeah. Okay. Either way, they give the altar up. 28 against 32 now. And I'm still waiting for Nova getting a little bit of precision strike action going here. She's currently at 21,000 damage. She's getting the damage numbers up. Not gonna be wrong. I mean, 21k is pretty solid. Thrall fell topside. Whew. Okay. How exactly did that happen? We have a little bit of random. Arrow misses completely, and they don't get the engage here. A little bit of Fiesta sometimes, like Thrall falling, Genji with a rotation, and that was a bit too much. Now Nova might be in trouble if Genji goes in again. 4 versus 4 with him being here. Base quest completed, actually 4 completed. And the Haka is starting to control the top lane quite nicely. When he's going to get another camp here, Thrall should not be able to contest this. Fight in the middle on the other hand, and there's the precision strike, but it's too late. Nova is already down, as mentioned before. Genji is Nova's nightmare. Diablo moving out, still getting a lot of HP there, and is able to keep himself alive. The Sundering, the follow-up, the Lightning Breath, and down goes Muradin. Stukov gets toasted, and Sir Krader is looking to see if he can even get some damage in too. Doesn't have the Wolf, just used it of course against Muradin, but if he did, they might have been able to even get another kill. Already the Haka waiting for the altar. We're going to see an invade now that Muradin is dead. Likely not going to be the case. Instead, they're trying to put some pressure onto Genji, and it's going to be the exchange. A 1 versus 1 exchange as moving up to the top. Yeah, no interrupts. Actually, I'm lying. There's the interrupt. Throwing the ult out. Doesn't really have the biggest cooldown, so not a problem. But for Nova, 1 in the chamber on level 7. Basic attacks here, and the double tap. So the 2 charges, and they're going in again against Muradin, but can't lock him down. It's a really weird game, I feel. Like, I feel in general they are very hesitant to engage in a lot of fights. I mean, even an Altar given up a bit earlier by the Czech Republic, as they just felt they can't really delay. Even with the Toranda, they could throw the Owl out. So the next phase should be a big one, but here comes the engage. Nice setup, really nice, and that's a great kill against Stukov. It was a very well executed combo. Diablo overpower straight into the Toranda stun, and then not only the snipe but also setting the precision strike up. Great combo, get the kill in, Stukov down, and that's now 6 kills against 4. It was very well done here. Thrall is still rotating between the mid and the top lane, getting that wave clear in. Genji is zipping into the middle for XP 2, but that was extremely well coordinated by them. A few more of those, it would really work. If he had 16 there, that would be the end. Oh, it might still be the end. Lightning Breath, and goodbye. That's the slows in on top of it, and that is a dead Khaldor, and that should be a camp taken away. Khaldor is already back to business. We have 3 altars, by the way, spawning. They're still fighting for the camp here. Muradin flipped into the corner. Avatar being used. Alright, we in, and Khaldor comes and wrecks Toranda. And Diablo's about to fall as well. Diablo goes down. They get the counter kill against Muradin. Oh, Stukov is still fighting. And no, Genji gets the kill against Thrall. And he's trying to get more. That's the problem if you're up against Nova. They decide that they are okay. Get wrecked. I'm sorry, but when I see a Genji going in and then all of a sudden Hanzo just turns around and is like, dude, do you know that I can have insane burst damage, right? So, yeah, didn't see that one coming. I thought he had still Reflector, but nope. Sick kill there, and we have a bit of a trade in kills. But to be fair, Hungary is actually starting to creep back into that game in the kill count. But yeah, great kill against Genji, even though Hanzo, of course, died as well afterwards. I mean, let's look a little bit at the damage numbers and also the kills. Muradin has really suffered 4 deaths already in this game. 37k for Hanzo. Like, I'm just imagining the entire time if they would have taken Genji instead of Nova. Like, they could have done it in the draft, and I was actually banking on it. I really was thinking, okay, with that early Khaldor pick, Genji would be great for them. But they didn't do it, and now we're having that 16 versus 16 battle between the two teams. Thunderstorm on 16 for Thrall, so it's going to get the extra slow and the extra damage on the Echo of Elements. Chain Lightnings now too. Also, Stone from Muradin is going to help him to survive a little bit more, even outside of the level 4 and level 13 synergy that he has with the healing static and the double proc. Nova hasn't really made their choice yet, but we now also have Domination, and Domination for Diablo is just making him a completely different hero. In the last fight, Domination alone would already have bodied in that small choke point where they were fighting. Would have been really easy. Besides that, Power of Ice Crown taken. Okay, so the extra spell power here too. Plus, we have Crippling Shot, so armor reduction. Pretty powerful talents to get more kills. Crippling Shot in addition to Toranda, so you can just like spread that between even more heroes. And if he gets that right, and the combo, Pinning Shot into Snipe, then he can of course get huge amounts of damage onto targets here pretty quickly. Which is the whole idea if you're playing this, but they are absolutely dead even when you're looking at the points in the core right now. It's 20 versus 20. It's also a double altar. And I feel they're gonna... Yeah, they get one interrupt. They're gonna get Toranda in the middle with the channel, but down at the bottom, okay, it's just a trade. Simply a trade, not fighting for anything here. The Haka found again. Like, again, they're completely willing to oftentimes just simply let an altar go or simply go for an exchange here. I would have thought that maybe they are going to try and maybe force something there. It's not quite the case. So it's a little bit of a slow-paced game. Like, it looks different because we have like so many kills. We have 17 kills, which is like a lot. but we didn't have as many aggressive moves by the two teams as we did in the previous map. For now, it's just simply trying to get mercenaries, but if you look towards that bell tower over here, I mean, that's basically up for the taking, so at any point they could try and get it. Pretty push with the 4-man at the bot lane. Thrall is just now coming. It's the 3 versus 4 for now, and Diablo is nearly dead. The arrow came out to help them, and it was basically a safety arrow. Kill against the Haka as the two of them take him down, and now they're trying to make it more. They're going for Sundering! That was awesome! That was sick! Precision strike, he moves out, Diablo moves in and says like, screw you, picks him up and slams him straight into the precision strike. That was actually pretty sick. And now of course they're gonna get the bell tower down here. The Czech Republic with 11 kills against 8, the lead in experience again. And can go for the double altar. Maybe even think about making a play here towards the top. I don't think they can go for boss at this point. Not with the timers as they are. But yeah. Okay. Whoa. That should be a double altar in their hands. 100%. Alright, that's 10 points off the core. Down to 6 we are. Lose one fight, and immediately the game turns. Massively. Boom! 6 points against 16. Look who's here. It is Diablo, and he gets dragged into the death zone. No, but close. Oh, the Sundering ruining the precision strike. But they still get the kill. Still get the kill. A little bit of counter damage, but they got Stukov, and that's all that matters at this point. Ah, well done. I mean, they get the kill. Unfortunately, they're stacking the ults. Could have been a bit cleaner, but yeah, it still worked out for them. And now, just pushing the lanes out. I was the entire time thinking if they are maybe going to make a play for boss at some point, and if you take down Stukov, you could actually try and do that, because he doesn't have the control over the boss point anymore. Still getting that damage to the bottom. I mean, as long as you hold on to that lane, you have control over the mercenaries, more or less. But they're getting pressured. Muradin jumping out just barely. And I keep that 20 in mind, because now we have 20 ready, and that means double barrage, double precision strike from Nova. No, it doesn't. Rewind. Okay, fair enough. That, of course, gets you a lot of work done with snipe. And okay, you need to be a bit careful here. What was that? You know where they are. Okay, Hanzo goes down. That's a really weird fight that we're having here. Hanzo is down. They're trying to go for a kill, but with Hanzo dead, there's a lot of damage missing. Still weird to me that Khaldor was actually still standing there. You know they take the camp, so they had the vision. So then moving in from the side, but they're still fighting. They're fighting on the bell tower, and they're still able to pull that off. Nice stun from Tyrande. But now they're rotating topside. This one is taken. You guys need to be a little bit careful, because you should try and fight for both, but they don't. Okay, so we're probably going to see the ult of Khaldor coming through for an interrupt any second. And yep, there it is. And now the attempt to channel that. Yep, he's too slow. Muradin is trying to make a play, but nope. 4 shots fired, down to 2. 20 versus 20 at this point. Thrall. Oh, no! Genji! Not protected, by the way. And now Diablo might be the target, gets isolated. They can't really decide what they want to do here somehow. Like, do you want to fight? Do you want to push them away? What's the play here? Okay, that's the quest complete. Arrow! Oh! How did that arrow not hit Muradin, by the way? But they go in, try and get the kill. Khaldor with the damage, working that in, but we have Hanzo also coming straight into the play. Muradin might fall. Diablo barely survives, but there's the kill against the Haka, and that should be the end. This has to be boss. Yeah, Stukov is dead too. There is absolutely no way. No, they go for Khaldor as well, and there is no escaping from this one. This is a full team wipe here. Only Khaldor is back, and now you can make the boss play, and that is the end of the game. Khaldor alone is not going to be able to win this, especially with the reset just standing there and saying like, hey, how you doing, baby? And that's it. He's dead again. And now they're free to take the boss, end the game, and win the series. A 2-0 for the Czech Republic. And with that, we are now seeing potential... Well, the Czech Republic can, with the win over Denmark, still make it out of the group. That match, of course, is tomorrow. But yeah, GG and well played. Czechs are taking it. Okay. Bathroom. Gonna be back in a second. But yeah. So far, so good. Alrighty. Bit of a fiesta. But we got to see Nova, and we got to see Khaldor, so I'm not going to complain about that. What is next? Let me have a quick look at that. I mean, actually, when it comes to the games of the day, we are actually at this point done with those matches. I mean, we had one less match today because of the Portugal situation, like the team disbanding there. But we're gonna be having 3 matches tomorrow, so we might actually just throw a couple of fun games in just to round this out. Especially since we might get another Nova there, like we did the other day. But yeah, so that being said, this tomorrow we are starting with the observer interface. Okay, so if people could stick around for just a moment, I would actually appreciate that a lot. Yeah, so we're done with the we're gonna have a couple of ARAMs like we did the other day. Everybody's welcome to join for those, but if people could just stick around for 5 minutes to participate in that poll, I would really appreciate that, because there was an argument made that I agree with. People didn't know which UI is, so I would like to show that real quickly to everyone, so that we hopefully then can agree on what's going to be used in the future. So I'm going to show you both UIs and the advantages and disadvantages of that, and then we're going to have a poll, and if enough people vote on that it outmatches the other poll, then yeah. So let me actually go into that real quickly. Can I show that in a replay? That would be the easiest. If not, I have to set up a bot game, which is also fine. But yeah, if we can just stick around for a moment, that would be great. It's going to take like 5 minutes tops. Okay, there we go. That works. Yeah. Let's roll that forward a little bit. Okay, so let me set the poll up first, and I give you guys the link after I show you both UIs. So, which UI server interface do you prefer? And we call it the standard interface, which is the one that Blizzard used for HGC.
Your loyalty is noted.
And the other one is the Ali observer interface, okay? So that's going to be the thing. I'm going to give you the poll in a second through the chat, but let's have a quick look at that. Because I honestly really want to know. And the argument was well made, so if that poll deviates massively from the other one, then I'll consider switching this. But yeah, here, have a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to put the scoreboard off. The scoreboard doesn't matter for this at all. So this is basically the UI. Let me actually put the webcam in. I can't keep the webcam here because of the thing. So this is the Ali interface, and in the Ali interface, the cool thing is, or the good thing about it is, you have. I'm going to fast forward until we're on level 10, just so you see the heroic abilities on it. But you can already tell here at the bottom, you see the stacks, for example, coming in. So that's the advantage of having that. You have the talents not at the top. Like, this is the Ali user interface. So you get the talent picks on the right side. As you can see, they come through. If a team has a talent lead, there's flames at the level, at the 5, 6. But once that we have level 10s, you see the cooldowns for the heroic abilities still at the top side. So that does not change. That's still a thing even in this UI. but it's a little bit smaller towards the top and then has the stuff at the bottom. So level 10. Let's wait until we have that for both teams. That's the first one. And the second about to start. And then I'm going to show you the normal UI again. And then I'm going to give you the link to the poll. Alright, so here now we have that. Okay, so you have the cooldowns that you see on those. And when you look at the talents, you have at this point the quest talents, how many stacks you have. But obviously it's not always present, because sometimes in a fight you will just put it away completely, just so that you can show the fight, and later on you can put them in again. You have also the numbers, siege, hero damage a little bit better, because it's like smaller, it's a little bit more compact. And you have shit like this, where you can, for example, show experience, which is also quite nice, because you have, for example, passive experience can make a big factor. Not on this map, obviously. Here it's identical, but if you play on another map where you can take forts and keeps, and the passive experience is kind of important. It also shows you a bit how much experience a team got through hero kills alone. 7 against 3, still a bit of an advantage here, despite the counter kills here. So this is basically the Ali UI. This is how that looks. So again, this is how the normal talents look. And by the way, if you have a butcher or any kind of base quest, you usually see that too. I'm not quite sure which game that is, it wasn't the last one, but yeah, you see that here as well. So then it's shown at the side, so that it's visible too. And yeah, this is the other panel, and this would be experience panel, for example. There are a couple more, but they are not really important for the commentary. Like this is like the biggest one. All right, that's the Ali UI. That's the Ali UI for this. And now I'm going to show you again the Blizzard UI. We're going to have a look at that. And then we're going to go into the poll. Like again, if you guys can stick around for another minute or two, that would be amazing. So default. Towers of Doom, let's take the same game and jump into that real quickly. Okay, now I wait here. This is the normal UI that you know from HGC, where you have the talents then all the way up at the top. So the way that you're used to. The problem here is you don't see any quest talents. You have to go for this, which is compared to the other one, as you can see, it's nearly 3 times the size. So it's pretty clunky, it doesn't really have a lot of the vision of the other things. Same goes when we're looking at the individual statistics. And if you actually want to show base quests, like Butcher, for example, or Kel'Thuzad, or Sandblast on Chromie, this doesn't show you that either. Instead, you have to go here and have to show that. So this is basically the two UIs. The advantage of this UI is that you have the talents all the time visible. This is basically the two observer interfaces. This is the standard interface that we just saw, and Ali UI is the other one. So let me give you the link of the current poll, and then we're going to see if that massively deviates. Just a straw poll. Can just check it out. So poll is now in chat, and I'm going to edit the poll command as well. The exclamation mark. Observer poll. Okay, the exclamation mark poll thing is also changed now. So again, check that out. And we're going to go straight into a couple of fun games, so you can stick around with that too, obviously. But if before you leave you could just like participate in that straw poll, that would be awesome. Because at the end of the day, I can cast with both. It's up to you. But the argument was made that a lot of people voted before they even knew what the Ali UI is, and the chat kind of reflected that a lot of people were asking and didn't know what I was talking about, and I just assumed they knew. So that was a fair criticism. So if that changes things, then yes. Okay. That being said, everybody that also wants to play in ARAM, have a little bit of fun. The usual setup, channel Khaldor on Battle.net. Poll is out, as I said. Exclamation mark poll is going to give you the link. And I'm going to just host a game, and we're going to jump in there and have a little bit of fun with that. So, yep. Let's check that out. Lost Caverns. Create that. And everybody who wants to play can go into channel Khaldor. Which should I has shirtless Khaldor? None yet. Okay, so I'm inviting people that say something on Europe in the Khaldor channel. I mean, if you don't like it, Wolf 29, that's fine, but it's not quite true. I mean, I understand what you mean. It takes up more space at the bottom instead of at the top, but it's actually Blizzard's UI that has a ridiculous amount